Hello guys, we are going to be reacting to Alex Bale
That's right. You read the title correctly.
and these.
This is the Goofy Goober alien death cult theory.
Okay.
And no, I am not joking.
Let's see.
This seemingly innocent ice cream parlor is a front for something very sinister.
I was always
The
used
beloved
Goofy Goobers,
SpongeBob
so I'm
movie
gonna cry
actually
after
has
this
a
video.
much darker and tragic meaning to it. I am being 100% serious when I tell you that I think this is my best, most convincing theory yet. And if you thought my evolution
theory was dark, well, get ready. This is the Goofy Goober alien death cult theory.
Okay. Definitely not. Meow. Okay, what is this for a second? Boy, can we get back to the video? Aww. Have you seen the turtles yawn? They're adorable when they yawn. Is he actually a pet store? Yeah. Is Bro seriously a pet store?
Hey, what's the biggest animal that you have?
Why would you ask that?
Oh boy,
and what?
Alex has finally lost his mind. Goofy Goober alien death cult theory?
Yeah.
What, did he make that as a random word generator? Trust me, there's actually a lot to this theory. And if anyone's qualified to make it, it's me, considering I made a whole web series about a restaurant being a front for a cult. You're a Pizza Time Pizza. We don't use any preservatives or fake ingredients. Pizza Time Pizza is not a cult. But those are the old days. I'm the SpongeBob guy now, and there is an insane demand for more of these theories. I mean, the Mrs. Puff one has like 12 million views. That is crazy.
Oh, I gotta
so
see that soon.
Now, this is the part of the video where I try to make you think I'm about to start the theory, but then, oh boy, a sponsor. Everyone loves those.
Okay, let's just... Act 1, the cult of the Goofy Goobers. Okay.
Goofy Goobers is an old-fashioned ice cream parlor that first appeared in the SpongeBob movie.
True.
It's the very definition of a fun, innocent place for children. So, how on earth did I come to the conclusion that it's actually an alien death cult? In fact, what even is an alien death cult? Usually, it's a religious group that wants you to believe that one day aliens will come to Earth and take the members of the cult to a better place. And in order to get there, they have to commit mass suicide. The most infamous example of this being Heaven's Gate. Like I said, this is going to be a very dark video with some serious subject matter. So, how does this have anything to do with Goofy Goobers?
True.
In the more recent seasons of SpongeBob, they've started referencing Goofy Goobers again. In fact, there's even an episode called The Goofy Newbie where Patrick gets a job there. And it's in this episode when Patrick is watching an employee training video that I first realized there was something more going on here.
The story of our ice cream.
reason was nicknamed Goofy. In 1842, he headed west in a covered ice cream wagon. He
Goofy.
warm ice cream on rocks instead.
Okay.
Goober has grown into a multi-billion-dollar business.
How's that work?
It's a pretty standard company video. They just want their employees to wash their hands and keep their own area clean.
We only ask that you, 1, practice good hygiene, 2, maintain good work habits,
Nothing out of the ordinary, except there's one more thing that they want you to do.
and
What?
3, believe in extraterrestrials.
Bro! Bro! Bro!
Huh. An organization that wants you to believe in aliens. That couldn't be a Heaven's Gate reference, could it? No, that's crazy. And even if it was, it
And 3, believe in
No.
extraterrestrials.
Goofy Goobers is actually a cult,
Yeah?
right?
Yeah.
Then I started to rewatch every appearance of Goofy Goobers,
Yeah.
and things took on a whole new meaning. One of the most basic ideas of a cult is that they strip you of your individuality and make you change your entire identity to be about the cult. And that's exactly what Goofy Goobers does. Everyone there wears Goofy Goober uniforms just like a cult. I mean, what other restaurant has not just employees, but customers that always dress up in a specific way? And their theme song that is constantly repeated and reinforced is just the simple line,
I'm a Goofy Goober.
Okay.
You're a Goofy Goober. We're all Goofy Goobers.
I'm a
What's
Goofy
okay?
Goober, you're a Goofy
What's
Goober,
up?
we're all Goofy Goobers. It is literally just a song saying that your whole identity is based around Goofy Goobers, and that's it. And in the SpongeBob movie, there's a scene where SpongeBob and Patrick have to try their best to not sing along to the theme song, and it literally causes them intense pain to not sing along.
I forgot that. I forgot that.
It's as if they've been
Been
brainwashed and physically can't stop themselves from singing it.
And you can't even just chalk this up to SpongeBob and Patrick being weirdos.
Two other fish can't stop themselves from singing along, even though it means they'll get beat up for it.
Goofy, Goofy, Goober, Goober, yeah! They're dead.
And just like how many cults have an icon or god that they worship, Goofy Goobers has the dancing peanut mascot that's all over the restaurant's branding. I mean, look at how excited all the kids are when he comes out.
What's wrong? They're just happy about the mascot, like how people are happy from Chuck E. Cheese coming out, like me.
Alright, but just because
It's
kids
like
like
a
a
mascot
mascot
doesn't mean that they have some kind of religious worship for them. Well, if you don't believe me, take it from SpongeBob himself.
We blow bubbles, we eat ice cream, we worship a dancing peanut for corn's sake.
Oi!
You've been wearing the same Goofy Goober peanut party underpants for 3 years straight.
Oi!
Worship? In
Oi!
the SpongeBob movie video game, there's even a Goofy Goober token that reads, "In Goofy we trust," placing the word God with Goofy.
buddy!
Things are looking awfully culty, aren't they? Cults will also often create reading material about their beliefs for their followers to read, and
Goofy Goobers is no exception to this.
in the new SpongeBob spin-off, The Patrick Star Show, we see a Goofy Goober employee reading some kind of book about ice cream. And look at him, he's not busy working, he's choosing to read this in his downtime. I mean, compare him to Scribbler, who
sometimes reads in his downtime at work. It's not like he's reading about the Krusty Krab.
This book looks a
looks a
lot
lot like it's a doctrine for a cult's beliefs. A major part of how cults get so successful is by getting their followers to give them money. Now, obviously, Goofy Goobers charges people for ice cream. They actually convince their followers to trade their money for a made-up Goofy Goober currency.
Bruh.
I don't know what Titan's paying you, but if you let us go, I can make it worth your while.
What is this?
That, sir, is 5 Goober dollars. Legal tender at any participating Goofy Goobers.
This would explain how the Goofy Goober founder, an idiot who sold ice cream on rocks and sticks, turned the company into a multi-billion-dollar franchise. He convinced people to believe that aliens would one day take them to a better place and got them to give them all their money. Another tactic that cults use to indoctrinate people is overloading them with compliments and making them feel special. And that's exactly what Goofy Goobers does to Patrick when he gets a job there. The training video says that they appreciate him.
Hello and welcome. As a new Goofy Goober employee, we'd like you to know that we appreciate you.
True.
And then his manager says the exact same thing.
I'm your manager, and I want you to know that I appreciate you.
What's
And
wrong?
then despite Patrick messing up and causing chaos, the manager says it once again.
I'll give you another chance tomorrow. If it doesn't work out, I'm afraid you fired. In a most appreciative way.
Oh,
There
what?
is no reason.
How is this guy appreciative after all the destruction? How? And why is there so many ice creams in there?
For the manager to be this appreciative of Patrick after all the terrible work he's done.
True.
He's just trying to emotionally manipulate him. The tactic is especially effective on vulnerable people like children, and we see this in the Patrick Star Show. Not only did Patrick start eating Goofy Goober ice cream when he was young, and eventually ended up working there and worshiping their god, but this green kid also grew up to become an employee at Goofy Goobers.
What's on?
There's
Oh!
a clear pattern here. Kids who eat the ice cream all eventually join the cult. They are specifically targeting children for indoctrination, but their manipulation goes far beyond just psychological tactics. Trust me, we've just scratched the surface of how far Goofy Goobers will go to brainwash its members. Things are about to get darker.
Okay. Bro, why are we always coming to parts that aren't even in the theory? We need it. What are you gonna do with the cat? Act 2. Who need the ice cream? What's wrong? It's cute. Good.
There's a part in the SpongeBob movie where SpongeBob and Patrick go to Goofy Goobers and eat tons of ice cream all night to the point where they become completely drunk off of it. It's a really funny scene, but it begs the question, why does the ice cream get them drunk? Maybe that's just how ice cream works in the SpongeBob universe, and it's the show's way of making a family-friendly alcohol reference. But we've seen other instances where characters eat tons of ice cream and it doesn't have this effect on them. Alright, well, maybe this was just a one-time gag for the movie, and it's not a consistent part of the continuity. But in the season 11 episode, Call the Cops, we get this scene.
Oh no.
One too many Goofy Goobers again, eh, Patrick?
Oh no.
So, another deliberate reference to Goofy Goober ice cream having a weird alcoholic effect on people. Is it possible that they put something in the ice cream to make people more open to cult indoctrination? Cults have been known to use drugs to keep their followers obedient and suggestible. One of the most infamous examples of this being Charles Manson, who used LSD to convince his followers of his beliefs. If this is the case with Goofy Goobers, they'd probably want to make sure everyone there eats as much ice cream as possible, and the Goofy Goober building is actually cleverly designed in a way to ensure that this happens. There are no windows in the entire building, so you can't tell whether it's day or night. And the Goofy Goober clock just has random numbers on it, so it's impossible to keep track of time. Because of this, SpongeBob eats ice cream all night and is actually late for work for the very first time. Also, can I point out the fact that the eyes on the clock seem to follow Patrick around in the Goofy Newbie? It's a really creepy and specific detail to include. I mean, we know from the movie that the eyes are usually supposed to be looking straight ahead, but here they're always watching Patrick, their next target for indoctrination. Now, if the ice cream is what keeps their followers in line, they definitely want to make sure their employees were eating as much as possible. And it turns out, Goofy Goobers actually has a policy about this.
Wow, I can't believe Goofy Goobers employees get to eat all the ice cream they want on this job.
The employees get to eat all the ice cream they want. Very interesting. And there's evidence to suggest that the ice cream can do a lot more than just make you suggestible. At the beginning of the Goofy Newbie, Patrick is holding up the line
asking for samples of ice cream. The employee he's talking to gets frustrated and calls for security to kick him out.
You sampled every flavor we have. Where's your
Is that her?
My spoon!
Is it Squidito?
Security, we have a sample mooch at the counter.
But
Is that Squidito? I know it sounds crazy, but like, bro, it's the same actor, same color.
there's something
And she ate the
oddly
ice cream
familiar
in the
about this
show.
employee. Hang on a second. Isn't that Patrick's sister?
Yeah!
The spin-off, The Patrick Star Show, is a prequel to the main show that introduces us to Patrick's little sister,
I mean, she isn't wearing glasses, so I think she got better or something.
Squidina. And here, we see her all grown up, working at Goofy Goobers.
Yeah.
She's even credited as
Squidina
Squidina,
is
the
the
same
voice actor. In the Patrick Star
Star
Show, we actually do see her eating Goofy Goober ice cream as a kid, which fits with the pattern of kids who eat the ice cream eventually getting indoctrinated into the cult.
Now, Squidina and Patrick have a
very
very
close,
close,
loving
loving relationship in the Patrick Star Show, but here, they act like they're total strangers. It's not surprising that Patrick would forget his own sister, but Squidina is always portrayed as being smart. It's almost like she completely forgot about him. One of the biggest tactics that cults use to indoctrinate people is isolating them from their friends and family to make them more vulnerable and dependent on the cult. And that's exactly what we're seeing here with Squidina. She has no memory of her family. The ice cream might just be affecting her memory as well. I mean, if she was just meant to be some random reusable character here with no continuity, why would the creators go out of their way to specifically credit her as Squidina, unlike the other random employees who are just credited as employee? It feels like they're deliberately trying to draw attention to it. At the end of the Goofy Newbie, Patrick goes crazy and eats a ton of the ice cream, and then the episode ends in a very interesting way.
What's wrong? Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's what's wrong. why.
I don't think Patrick was actually abducted by aliens. I mean, we see him on Earth in the very next episode, and the UFO has the same fake look as the one in the training video. I think that because of all the ice cream he ate, he now fully accepts the Goofy Goobers' beliefs, and it's caused him to hallucinate the UFO. So, at this point, I'd say we can make a very strong case for Goofy Goobers being a cult, but with this realization comes a very dark and tragic new meaning for the SpongeBob movie. Believe me, you will never look at that movie the same way again.
There's more? Oi, why do we keep getting these scenes? Unneeded scenes. Okay, what's happening here? Let's see, clean downstairs. Hello? See, that's the biggest animal they have, a cat? Actually, the SpongeBob movie, okay.
The 2004 SpongeBob movie is my favorite thing to come out of the franchise.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's emotional, and it encapsulates everything great about SpongeBob. In this movie, SpongeBob goes on a journey of self-discovery and realizes that he doesn't need to change who he is and grow up to fit into society. He just has to embrace his inner kid and be himself. It's a great message that feels really fitting for the character. But if you replace the word kid with Goofy Goober, SpongeBob's arc takes on a whole new meaning. It's not about SpongeBob embracing being himself. It's about SpongeBob fully accepting the indoctrination and beliefs of the Goofy Goober cult. The movie starts with SpongeBob not getting promoted to manager of the new Krusty Krab, a job that he desperately wanted and believed that he would get. When he finds out that Squidward got chosen instead of him, it completely destroys him. Cults will target vulnerable people who are at extremely low points, and the first place that SpongeBob goes to after having his heart broken is Goofy Goobers. After a night of getting drunk off of ice cream, he becomes resentful of Mr. Krabs and decides to kill him off.
Okay.
Give it to me. Cause you said I'm a kid. I'm 100% man. And this man has got something to say to you.
Bro's acting like a kid. Bro's acting like a
In fact,
kid.
if King Neptune didn't interrupt and try to kill Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob probably would have quit and been fully able to join the cult. SpongeBob and Patrick go on a quest to retrieve Neptune's crown, and it's almost like every obstacle they face along the way is specifically designed to make SpongeBob and Patrick realize the dark truth about Goofy Goobers, but they fail to do so at every turn. So, they first stop at this tough guy bar that's full of men who beat up anyone that isn't manly enough. But I think there's actually a lot more going on here than it seems. This place actually has an insane amount of similarities to the Goofy Goober ice cream parlor. They're both shaped like boats, they both have bikes out front and a bar inside, and they both have two-word titles that start with the same letter, Goofy Goobers and Thug Tug. Is it possible that this place is actually a former Goofy Goobers establishment that was abandoned? I mean, they literally have the Goofy Goober theme song on hand.
SpongeBob, it's the Goofy Goober theme song.
And they claim that no kids are allowed here, yet we see some old kid-sized
Oh
handprints in the
boy,
bathroom.
no.
If this really is a former Goofy Goobers, then these guys would probably know the truth about the cult, which would explain why they're so against having anyone who's not manly in the bar. It's not because they hate kids, it's because they're trying to keep out a dangerous cult. If SpongeBob and Patrick had stuck around a little longer, maybe they would have learned this too, but they quickly sneak out and even make fun of the tough guys at the bar.
Come on, Pat, one more time.
Okay. We're on a baby run. I don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Clearly, they didn't get the lesson they were supposed to from this place. Then they go through a fish graveyard and stop at a random ice cream stand. But it turns out it was actually a trap for a monster to lure unsuspecting victims.
Okay, let's...
No lo quieras cargar, si lo cargas no vas a poder. Solo empújalo.
An ice cream store that's a facade for something darker that lures people in and keeps them trapped. It's like the ocean is literally screaming the truth to SpongeBob and Patrick, but they just aren't getting it. But then they reach an obstacle that's just too great for them to pass, and it makes them reevaluate some things about themselves.
Open your eyes, Patrick! We worship a dancing peanut for corn's sake! You've been wearing the same Goofy Goober peanut party underpants for 3 years straight!
It isn't until Mindy helps them realize that they're more than just Goofy Goober kids that they can continue on their journey. They sing an entire song about how they believe in themselves now, and Patrick even says this.
Now that we're men,
I changed my underwear.
They have finally broken free from the cult's indoctrination, but unfortunately, it doesn't last very long. They're stopped by a hitman Plankton hired to take them out, and he completely destroys all the progress they've made with those characters.
step aside and you won't have to feel the awesome wrath of our mustaches.
No. Both over here and over there is hot.
To them is a terrifying alien from another world, which is an interesting parallel to Reginald Goober being taken by aliens.
Both of these places are hot.
They're taken to Shell City in a room full of dead fish, a place eerily similar to a death cult after a suicide. SpongeBob and Patrick remain dried to death. They decide to fully embrace the Goofy Goobers' beliefs and spend their last moments alive singing the Goofy Goober theme song.
It is. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh,
but then, just like death cults always promise, they and everyone in the room are reborn when the sprinkler system turns on.
Huh? Oh. She's dead.
This is, getting real dark. Then we get to the climactic finale of the movie.
Okay.
SpongeBob returns to the Krusty Krab, now a changed man. He has to battle Plankton and his army of mind-controlled slaves, and this is how the final confrontation plays out.
Yeah.
And if I've learned anything during that time, it's that you are who you are. So yeah, I'm a kid, and I'm also a goofball, and a wingnut, and a next Megatron.
What's going on here?
But most of all, I'm
What the scallop?
I'm a Goofy
Oh
Goober.
no.
On first watch, this is such a satisfying and cathartic moment for SpongeBob. But
Also,
in
when
reality,
Plankton
this is the
falls-
moment that he has gone past the point of no return and becomes a Goofy Goober. Now, this is normally when I pretend like the video was over and then surprise you with a last-minute twist, but I don't need to pretend this time.
Wait, there's
If
more?
you think this entire video has been insane rambling, and none of this could possibly be intentional, but
It
just
is.
for you, I have saved my best piece of evidence for last.
Actually,
Are
no.
you ready? While SpongeBob
Okay.
sings the Goofy Goober song, we cut to him standing in the world and getting abducted by a UFO.
What's wrong?
Even the UFO's lights make a pattern of red, yellow, red, which is eerily similar to the Goofy Goober UFO that has two red cherries with a yellow banana in the middle.
Oh,
And
oh,
that
no.
is the Goofy Goober alien death cult theory.
Oh my. Oh, why we keep going to these things? Aw, cute.
Wow. Didn't think I could make these theories any darker, could ya? Gotta love that good old family-friendly,
Yep.
PG-rated SpongeBob. I am having so much fun making these videos. Don't worry, we've got plenty more on the way. I'm just making SpongeBob stuff from now on. I've been your host, Alex the SpongeBob Guy. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.
Oh, hey! Okay, so that was the Goofy Goobers alien death cult theory. Okay, I did not think it would be that dark, but okay. Like and subscribe, please. this is my first video, so don't I won't blame you if you say that I didn't do a good job. So bye.